People who have accidentally caused the death of another person. How did it happen? It was my mother-in-law's birthday, and her daughter and son-in-law had dinner for the event at their place. My wife, 3 kids, and I drove out after work. As we pulled up to their cul-de-sac home in the dark, I saw something odd in the grass between the sidewalk and street near their mailbox. When I got out, an old man called over to me asking if I wouldn't mind helping him up. He said he had been out for a walk, stumbled, and had been in that spot for about 45 minutes. My wife and daughters went inside the house. My then 12-year-old son stayed with me while I helped the man up. He was a wonderful guy and started saying that this was the icing on the cake for his day. He had fallen asleep early in the afternoon on his couch with a lit cigarette, which caught the couch on fire. The fire department came, put the fire out with little damage, and moved the couch to the curb when they were done. By this time, my brother-in-law had come outside with us. We walked the man back to his house about 5 doors down. During our trip there, he regaled us with stories of him in the Navy during the war, and I'm ashamed to say I can't remember which war he had said. He made it a point not to talk to my son about how wonderful it was that he was helping and introduced himself to us. As Bill said, he was the last unpaid. Bill thought that was pretty clever. As we made to leave, he asked if we would bring his couch from the curb back up to the house for him. Not sure why he wanted it, didn't ask. So my brother-in-law and I moved the couch and set it next to the house outside of his garage. We wished Bill well, then headed back to the house for dinner. When I got in, I noticed that my shirt smelled of burnt plastic. My brother-in-law gave me a sweatshirt to change into, and we had a great birthday celebration before I and the family left about 2 hours later for home. Around 2:30 the next morning, our phone rang. My wife answered, and I pretended to be more asleep than I actually was, so I didn't have to deal with a bad phone call in the wee early hours. They're very seldom about. Good thing it was the police department from the town my brother and sister-in-law lived in. They asked me questions about my activities the previous evening while I was at their house. The couch reignited and burned Bill's house down, ending him in the process. The police grilled my brother-in-law, examined his arms, then called me. I don't think I slept well for over a month afterward and couldn't get the tragedy out of my head for a long time. I should have known from the smell on my clothes that it wasn't safe to move that damnable couch. I should have put the pieces together, but I was just too interested in getting back to my family to celebrate.